you may have some of these personality traits. Now, these are personality traits that actually attract toxic relationships. So do you ever deal with people pleasing, or trying to be too nice, or maybe you are bad at saying no and you always say yes even when you don't want to do something because you don't want that person to be mad at you, and you just want to keep the peace and all of that stuff, right? And a lot of people don't understand that their personality and the way they show up in life can attract others who may have other intentions, who may use them or take advantage of them, or either see that other person as a pushover because they always say yes, they're always loyal. No matter what another person do to them, they are loyal and committed. And so if you ever find yourself in toxic relationships, it's important to stop and to analyze and to have self-awareness, to have the self-reflection, and to be able to identify with yourself and understand why you are continuing to attract these type of relationships. Whether it's a narcissistic person or a person who is just trying to control you, you want to be aware of that. And so these people, a lot of times, that are toxic or come across with toxic behavior tendencies, they are often struggling with personality disorders. And these personality disorders can lead them to being more self-centered, where everything is about them. They really don't care how you feel or what's going on with you. And oftentimes, if you try to, explain what's going on with you, they'll turn it around as if you're trying to attack them. And so they're very self-centered, and they're not focused on trying to see your situation because they're focused on their own. Now, many of us, we can become focused on our own situations, but at the same time, when you have more of a healthier way of dealing with relationships, you can also be willing to understand another person and open to understand and to hear them out. Now, a narcissistic person will not do that, and they are just focused on them. And so you want to look and be aware of you. You want to do the inner work. You want to get clear. See, the more you know yourself, the more that you can understand that your personality traits, your habits are attracting toxic relationships. And so doing the self-assessment work on you, instead of just being so frustrated, why am I always attracting toxic people? Why do I deal with this and everyone is bad and this and that and I'm too nice? You need to understand what you're doing and how a lot of that may have to do with you not having boundaries and not being able to say no when it's necessary. And the thing about being nice, and listen, I talk about this in my book, The Love Habit, and the personality traits that attract toxic people. And one of the chapters in the book is called Nice People Get Hurt Too. Because we often think that because we're nice, people should be nice to us. When a lot of times being nice is not going to attract healthy relationships. Now, I'm not telling you to be mean to people, but I think it's a difference between being nice and being kind. You can be kind towards someone, but at the same time direct when it's necessary to let that person know that you have boundaries and you're not available to do things you don't want to do. But being nice is basically having no boundaries and just saying yes and, oh, I just want to be nice. I'm being nice. I'm going to do it because they asked me, even if you don't want to. So it's important to have boundaries and to know your habits. Because another thing that I talk about in the book is we teach people how to treat us. And we do this by how we show up in the world, how we show up emotionally, spiritually, energetically. When you walk in a room, you are sending out information about yourself that people are picking up before you open your mouth and say a word. People are picking up things about you and your personality based on your body language, your demeanor, your posture. So just knowing those things is very important, and it's very important to be aware of it when it comes to your relationships, because if you're the kind of person that's constantly teaching people that you are a pushover or they can get out of you whatever they want, they're going to take advantage of you. You are going to attract people who do that, who use you. If you are like, and I hear people say this all the time, oh, I'm a giver, I overgive, I give. And there's nothing wrong with being a giver. However, you should have boundaries around being a giver and limits, and not get to a point where you're giving so much that you're depleted, that you have nothing left for yourself. So what happens is when you just this giver, overly giving, you attract takers, and people come into your life because they see, oh, this person loves to give, so I'm going to give them more reasons to keep giving by taking. So this is why boundaries are important. But I want to encourage you to do your own self-assessment and to really evaluate yourself and ask yourself the right questions. Are you teaching people how to treat you by coming across as being too nice, or always having a listening ear, even when people are negative and even when it's draining? You don't know how to say no. You're always there. You're always available. Making yourself available, not having boundaries by having limits on who can have access to you and when they can have access to you. But all of those things are very important. And I want to encourage you, if you want to go deeper, go ahead and get my book, The Love Habit. It's now available wherever books are sold. And if you want to go even more deeper in this, also, I have a free masterclass. So get the book, watch the free masterclass, and learn more about how you can protect your peace and guard your heart from toxic relationships, how you can begin to implement more boundaries, and just being aware of your own personality traits. See, the more you're aware of yourself, the more you're aware of things that you may need to work on and change and grow and heal from, and understanding where your behavior comes from, where does this learned behavior come, and how it impacts you and affects your relationships. So I just want to encourage you to go ahead, again, get the book, watch the free masterclass. You can click the link in this episode or go to RainieHoward.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to share this message with others. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.